Morning world, welcome to, well, it's Wednesday the 17th of June. Almost the longest day. What's happened to this year? It's gone by so fast. Maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, we are off to the barn site again, just to see how they're getting on down there. En route, I've got to take a load more parcels of merchandise. Again, thank you everybody who's shopping with us. And speaking of merchandise, we've had a terrific amount of requests for t-shirts and clothing. Something we want to do. The problem is, because there are so many sizes, because people come in all shapes and sizes, let's face it, to carry enough stock to meet everybody's needs and whatever else will inevitably mean I'm quite likely to be left with a load of stuff left over. It's not like these hats where one size fits all, or a beanie hat, one size fits all. We can't afford to have loads of unsold t-shirts and whatever else. So here's the plan. Hopefully later today I'm going to go over and see our t-shirt printers. And it costs to have a screen print done in one colour. I think it's £25 per colour. So we'll probably start off with just single colours for the time being. So the idea is I will do a t-shirt design. I will have one printed. So one t-shirt will cost me in excess of £30 to create and one t-shirt. I will then show you guys that t-shirt. And those of you that want it, we will use the merchandising email address. So the idea being is you pre-order, okay? So instead of me having lots and lots of stuff in boxes, gathering dust, ending up as dusters, you tell me what you want. We're not expecting any money or anything up front, but you tell us what you want. And at the end of each month, or if it's really busy week or whatever it is, I will take all the orders I've got with the sizes. I will get them produced and made, and then we will work out a way of you exchanging a t-shirt for money. So we'll probably have to use the PayPal link at the bottom of this video. So if you look in the description below, you missed that as a rabbit. Sorry. If you look in the description box below this video, there's links to my Instagram page, there's links to a Facebook page. There's also a link to a PayPal account, because people still donate us money, and it's lovely and I really appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed. What's that rabbit? Here he is. Did you see him? Cheeky bunny. Sorry, I got distracted again. Oh no, bunnies. So that's the plan. So the idea is, if we're not having any waste, and I haven't got a load of stuff hanging around, it also means that I should be able to keep the cost down. The downside for you guys is if you order a t-shirt, it could take a month before you get it. All right, so apologies for that, but we don't have the capacity or the spare cash, or just to have loads of stuff lying in stock. I'm pretty sure you all understand. So that's the plan. I will get a t-shirt produced. I will wear it. I might get one for me and one for one of the girls or something, and they can model it, or I'll model it, or the wife will model it, or no, she will model it. And those of you that want one, we'll give you a month to order it, and then at the end of the month, or whatever time period, we get lots sooner, we'll have them produced. And then you can either order them through our eBay shop if you want, perhaps, by just giving us the name and an order number or something. We'll have to work it out. It's going to get complicated, I know, but yeah, I know a lot of YouTubers won't produce their own stuff because of the fear of just having a load of really expensive dusters left in the office. So this is the plan to get around that. Okay, first stop, post office. Oh, bloody hell. your litter home. Dunno. Quite some sticky stuff. Right, find a bin for that. So our new BT all singing all dancing hub turned up yesterday. You got an itch, dog? And we plugged it in and wired everything in last night, hoping that it would increase our download and upload speed. Download speed, I don't know, it seems to have helped a little bit. It was telling us that we were on 9 megabits per second. Not sure if I believe that, because everything was delayed and slow and not terribly good. And the video I uploaded last night, which I think was 31 minutes, took 9 hours to upload. It's still just not good enough. We've got an engineer coming out to see us on Saturday, so I'm kind of hoping that he finds either a box on a post or an underground box full of water or something, and that's the issue, and we can sort it, because we were enjoying around about 17 megabits per second on our previous broadband fibre hub. So the all singing all dancing thing is like 9 if we're lucky when it's connected. I don't know. So from what I understand from comments I've heard, lots of people are suffering with pretty shoddy broadband reception. And us out in the sticks, you know what, per capita of people in an area, I understand why it's not as cost effective for the telecoms businesses to bring speed out to us, but you know what, we do need it. The world has come to rely on this thing called the internet, and well, let's put it this way, my oldest daughter Samantha very nearly had a meltdown last week because of the speed of our internet. You know, apparently she can't live her life anymore without internet. So I have assured her that even if the internet collapsed completely, life would go on. Right, that's all my bags and delivery slips from yesterday. Yes, we do keep all the delivery slips. I don't know why we really bother, because I think since we've been doing this, we've had 3 broken mugs, and to be perfectly honest, it's not worth the hassle of going through the post office trying to get the insurance on it. It's not worth it, so we just replace them. So like I say, it's only been a couple. One of those was my fault because I packed it wrong. That was in the early days, and the other 2, I think it was just they've been just thrown about or dropped, or who knows. So anyway, it's a dog and a cat going for a walk together there. Different. Where was I? So yeah, so now I'm heading south on the A38 towards Thornbury, just to see if they managed to fit the fans yesterday. You'll see from yesterday's footage, I called in briefly and they were going through the motions. So I kind of half expect them to be not there today. We're kind of almost done, apart from the big door, which I don't know if that's this week or next week. Excuse me, for your bigs. It's imminent. Anyway, it's imminent. But it'd be nice to get the project finished and done. Well, not much to show you at the barn really. They're still putting the fan in. I think they're almost done. I think actually possibly today is the last day Baldwins will be here doing anything of any significance. They've finished the fan. They've got a few bits and bobs to do just to tidy up the gutters, so just end caps and that. And I think we're more or less done. So, right, I'm going to go and call in and see the lads, because we've got an extra pair of hands today, because the job the guys are on involves quite a lot of carrying. So as Emma's other half is currently twiddling his thumbs. I've managed to find something for him to do as well. Carrying. Okay, so I've just ordered 2 sample t-shirts in large and small so that I can show you what we're looking at doing. We're going to start off again, still fairly simple, nothing too complicated, nothing too flowery, but I think the idea is I'll wear one. You guys can tell me if my god, someone's got a good fire going over there. You can tell me if you want one. We will supply an email address, which will be our merch address. By email, you can pre-order your t-shirt in pretty much whatever color you want. So dark t-shirt will have light print, a light t-shirt will have dark print. We'll work that out. And I think then what we'll do is we will order those t-shirts. You'll have to give us your name and address when you order them, and then we would just allow folks to know when they're ready. You can use our PayPal link to pay for them in the postage, and we'll post them to you. And I think that way we're kind of cutting out eBay a little bit, which means hopefully we can actually do them a bit cheaper. Because like I said, with our merchandise, we're not out to make a fortune on this. It is literally we'll do some merchandise. It's a bit of fun. It supports the channel, supports the farm, advertises what we do a little bit. The first t-shirts will be tongue-in-cheek bit of fun. Later on we might do some with maybe a bit more of a serious message on them, you know, like supporting farming and, you know, thinking about agriculture and where your food comes from. We'll see. I'm not sure about that, but for the time being, just for fun. Okay, so, and the other way of doing it is if we pre-order, it doesn't matter what size you are. If they produce a t-shirt in your size, we will be able to supply it. So even you guys that have asked for us for 5 times triple extra large, enormous, whatever else, we should be able to do that as well. So that's kind of the idea. Make everybody happy, give everybody what they want. It will take a bit longer because we will not be carrying stock here. But the idea is within a month of me showing you that month's t-shirt, because I think we'll probably try and do one a month just to keep it active and different. So if you don't like this month's t-shirt, you can wait and maybe go for next one's. And if you don't like next one's, the one after. Or if you decide then you want the one from the first month, maybe. See, this is going to get complicated. So, and the thing is, I haven't got enough time really to mess about with it too much. Mrs. Pullen's going to have to do that job because I would rather do that. Sure you understand. Anyway, onwards and upwards. We're going to go and take this machine down and do a bit of topping down where the cattle were. I'm going to try and top it off high, which means I'm going to have to go fairly slow. But I need to take the seed heads off that. I need to freshen the grass up because the sheep will need to go out there. I might even actually put a tight stripe down for the middle so that I can put a second strand of electric up for the sheep, because I don't want the really lambs going in with the young cattle, because then I end up with the young cattle chasing the lambs and going through the wire, and yeah. Right. I probably won't record too much in the way of dialogue while I'm using the machine, because we have all noticed that when the tractor's revving, the microphone on this thing isn't that brilliant, and short of sticking a spare microphone in, which I can't find for a minute, it's pointless me talking to you if you can't hear me. The one thing I will do though is I'm going to re-lengthen the top link. But I'll do that as we go through the gates. So the company that I've approached for doing our t-shirts, it's not screen printed like the last ones. These shirts are going to be the I don't know what you call it. It's sort of, is it like cut out and ironed on sort of thing. So they're probably perfectly okay to put in the washing machine. just not on a hot wash. All my t-shirts that you see that are printed up, I just turn them inside out when I wash them, because they don't seem to have so much direct heat on them, especially on the spin dry. We'll see how we go, but the company also do all sorts of other clothing as well, so who's to say that later on in the year, when it gets a bit colder, maybe some polo shirts or hoodies or stuff like that. I've still got the contact of the screen printing company. We can do that as well. The only thing is with the screen printers is it costs £25 to create a screen. But the thing is, the larger the t-shirt or the article, the larger the screen. So it almost means that for every different size, well, within reason, we have to produce new screens, and it's just a cost thing. The idea of this is to keep the cost down to you guys and make everything affordable. You know what? So if it turns out to be a cheapish t-shirt, but only lasts 2 years, kind of doesn't matter, because to me a t-shirt, as long as a t-shirt lasts 2 years, I'm happy with that. The embroidered ones we do, the embroidery will last forever, but the embroidery will outlast the t-shirt. And we looked at it and they're fine. The embroidered ones are nice, they're fine, but it's kind of, I don't know, if you're going to sort of wash them and wear them a lot, you end up with the shirt and the embroidery shrinking at a different speed. So yeah, so we're just going to try this. So it's all a bit new territory to me. It's a bit suck it and see. So, right. Okay, that's my top link, pushed out by probably a good 1.5 inches actually, so I've tilted it back quite a way. Now I know that means on turning and that, and in some places it might make the skids dig in a little bit. Right, I'll let those lamps go past. No, I won't. That's what I didn't want. I don't want them to follow me because I don't want them coming out in the next field. They know something's going on. They're supposed to be thick. Right, there's something else I need to do before I go out here. I've got to move that electric fence again. Joy. You got to stay out there for now. You ain't come out here yet. The force of that sneeze from there.
plus, minus, or positive, negative, and it's alive. Right, now I've got to get out here without them getting out here. That might be a bit more tricky. I'm definitely going to need 2 hands for that. Come on, you're not out of there. Good. Go on. Fingers crossed I've gone far enough away. Do you get the feeling they're not entirely happy? That's as good as it gets, I'm afraid, for a minute. Right then, let's cut some grass. Apparently we're getting some rain later. Apparently it's going to be serious rain too. Right, let's get a whistle. I'm sorry. I will probably play some music now. Hopefully in here somewhere, amongst all my stuff, I've got a pocket boy, which is, well, that's where it went. I knew I'd left that somewhere. Been looking for that too. I don't have a pocket boy, so I'll just have to manhandle it. It's always a bit worrying when 1 second the cattle are all there running up and down the wire like mad things, and then the next second they disappear. Okay, back on it. Panic over them. They're by the water tank. Stand about that. Taking the seat heads off and the tips off the grass. We've had a bit of rain. We're forecast some more. I'm only going to do this side of the field for the time being. Because basically this will take the long stuff out and it'll make it more suitable for the sheep. Sheep don't particularly like putting their heads down and getting poked in the eye by grass. They'd rather graze shorter grass. They're not going to eat the stalks, they're going to eat around them anyway, so it's kind of pointless leaving them up. It's pointless in letting the grass put all its energy into the seed head where we don't need it. So the point of doing this, as I mentioned before, is basically to regenerate the lower half of the stalk of grass, get rid of the seed heads, get the grass, put its energy where we want it, which will eventually end up in the sheep. So this could really do now with probably another dose of fertiliser. But what it could really do with is some muck on it, because we're not going to make any hay out of this year. So I think what might happen is more grazes for the sheep. Put it into here until shearing. Once shearing's happened, they're going to go over to the farm, which unfortunately is long grass, but it's too good to top it. We can't top that. Not yet anyway. But they'll be happy enough over there. We've got plenty of shelter, plenty of shade, plenty of food. So yeah, maybe once we top all this off and finish it off properly, we'll get some more luck out here. So those of you that have been waiting for it to do much better, might not be far away. it, we're done. So we've knocked this off at about 4.5 inches. Taken all the seat heads off, or 99.9% of them. Hopefully the bit of rain that we got forecast this afternoon will wash some of this back in again. Ground needs some fertiliser now and some rain, but in that order. Right, speaking of feed, it's nearly 2:15 and I've had no lunch. My turn. There's a bit of thunder rolling around out there. I reckon I got this finished just in time. Now, taking a bit of a risk, leaving that gate open, electric fence across. The fencer has stopped everything up to now. There's a potential that if we get a real downpour, the cattle might try and break through and come up here, which would be a little bit of a disaster because I don't really want cattle and the sheep and the lambs mixed together. Not really. Little lambs like number 11, not really strong enough for that kind of shenanigans, but like I say, so far the cattle have not offered to go across electric fence at all. Hope it stays that way. The thing is, there's not much grub out here for the sheep. I mean, strictly speaking, I ought to top over this, but I won't today. Come on, you lot, shift it, move, go on. I'll let them find that bottom piece first and then go on out and have some of that. So I'll tidy this up maybe tomorrow. Mañana. It's coming. Not everybody likes thunder and lightning. I love it. Don't particularly want to stood outside in it, but the occasional lightning storm we get at night especially, I can turn the TV off and just do nothing, just watch it. It's a proper show. The power of nature. Gods are having a scrap. Well, we got I thought the radio was going to come on then, it didn't do it. So we got all the topping finished that I wanted to do, and about 20 minutes later the heavens opened. We had a hell of a thunderstorm. No lightning, but lots of thunder, followed by 10-minute downpour where all our gutters were overflowing, and now the sun's out and it's 20 degrees again. So I'm nervous about taking the dog with me this time, because one job I'm going to go look at a couple of tree jobs, and the one job I've never been to before, and it's perhaps up a 50-metre path, and I've got to make sure that I do not keep her in here for more than 5-6 minutes. It's so hot. So I might have to find somewhere shady to park where we're going and walk further. But she wasn't going to be left behind. I even tried to sneak out. Not happening. The second I pick up my car keys, she hears them, and it's there. You're not going without me. So, right then. So Dursley first. I'm going to go and look at 6 conifer trees, I think it is. I don't know what I'm doing with them. Just looking at them. And then into Ewley to look at a great big conifer, apparently. So, lady's just moved in and she's got no daylight. Did you struggle to get your feet down, Biscuit? So yeah, so we're gonna just let some air through here for 10 minutes, and then probably when I get near my destination, I'll put the aircon on and drop the temperature down in the cab a bit more. Alright. I don't want you getting hot. So if I could just remind you guys, because this should be Friday morning-ish when you're watching this, first time, to tune into Hey Team TV tonight. I think it's 8 o'clock, to catch the first of 3 parts of a show that Justin's put together. I think it's called the Lockdown Country Show. It is a what's the word I'm looking for? Well, let's put it, a lot of YouTubers, a dozen or so even, have contributed towards this show to entertain and educate you about the countryside and stuff. Some of it is purely educational, and some of it is a bit educational, mostly having a laugh, usually at someone else's expense. I won't mention who did stuff like that. All I could say was, he told me to do it. Moist.